On today's episode of The Front Row, we are in Levelland, Texas, at the newly refurbished, remodeled, wonderful Wallace Theater that is now open and having concerts, and one is happening tonight, and we're so fortunate to visit with the artist who's performing. His name is Piotr Folkert. Mr. Folkert, welcome. Thank you very much for being with us today on our show.
I am delighted to be in Levelland and to be the first pianist to play the very first concert in the newly renewed theater, and I'm really delighted because the space is incredible and acoustically very rewarding. So it is going to be a wonderful experience tonight.
Great, excellent. Well, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, your musical education, and your journey in music. Tell us.
I was born in Poland, in city of Katowice in south of Poland. I studied actually with a very famous, legendary pianist in Poland, Professor Andrzej Jasiński, who was the teacher of Christian Zimmerman, the winner of the Chopin competition in 1975. I was very lucky. Professor Jasiński came back from Germany back to Poland. I was his first student that he accepted. And then I received several scholarships in the United States. I studied at places like Yale, Juilliard. I was also in Chamber Music Institute at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, playing chamber music. So my studying basically shaped. I received, of course, my master's of music in Poland, but then here in the United States, I was very fortunate to study with some prominent teachers and develop my skills, like James Stocco, for example, or Richard Good, and I'm very fortunate I had that opportunity.
So two wonderful pianists and great teachers, yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Then I started touring and living in New York, because I was in New York. I studied in New York at the time. I came to Atlanta, where I live with my family now, and I have my also music school in Atlanta, where I teach and do my summer courses, like the Chopin Academy in Vienna and Chopin Academy in Atlanta.
Right. Wow, that's a lot.
Well, teaching is definitely my passion. I started teaching at the early age, and I very much enjoy it. It's both ways. It's not that I give. I also learn from my students. I develop as a pianist. I develop my thinking and solving the problems. It helps. It really makes the experience very rewarding for both sides. Not of course the student alone.
Well, probably, since you're a good teacher, you probably had good teaching, and so it kind of works. A lot of people, if they're the recipient of good teaching, they become good teachers themselves, right?
I would say so, yes. I was very fortunate. Professor Jasiński was incredibly meticulous in his teaching, very precise in sharing. Most of pianists, I would say, are good and wonderful teachers. Not every pianist, though, would be considered a good educator, because it is a skill, and it's also developing your own discipline in basically sharing the thoughts and your analysis how music is created. Of course, for some people, especially the most gifted pianists, it comes naturally. They just do it. They are little Mozarts. They just don't even think how the finger is moving. But most of us obviously need some help, and there is science to teaching how to play piano. And that's what I've developed over the years, and I think I can analyze and pinpoint the issues and help my students in matter of seconds.
Oh, that's wonderful. Excellent. Well, you're giving a concert tonight here in the Wallace Theater in Levelland, and it looks like a wonderful program. Take us through it. Tell us what you'll play.
For me, thinking of the program is one of the most challenging parts of preparing for the concert. Of course, it's the first stage. of that preparation, I thought I would share my experience playing various compositions on different levels. I try to be to go through the major stages of music development. Certainly, I start with very famous "Joy of Man's Desiring" arrangement of Myra Hess by a piece written, of course, from the Bach's cantata, and then I go to one of the most beloved pieces that I love playing for the audiences, which is the Chaconne from the D minor partita, 1004, and then the first half ends with the Pathetic Sonata by Ludwig van Beethoven. And every single movement in that composition is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And of course, we all probably especially love that second movement, the Adagio, that is very touching and very personal. The second half starts with American music, and I will play 3 compositions of George Gershwin. The Man I Love, very famous, of course, song. Song meaning a piece, composition written for voice and piano, because today a lot of times I hear even symphonies being called songs. Well, this is a song written for voice and piano, and I will play the arrangement done by Gershwin. Then I Got Rhythm, and the solo version of the Blue Rhapsody by George Gershwin. And the program will end with Polish music of Frédéric Chopin. My personal favorite, Berceuse, in D flat major, and then the brilliant Polonaise, Andante Spianato and Polonaise in E flat major, Opus 22.
Right. What a great program. Some Baroque music, and then Beethoven, some American music, and finally music of your home, Chopin. A great program.
Thank you. Yes, I think it should, everyone in the audience should find something that would touch them and have them to really enjoy, because these are selected pieces of the highest quality.
Right. Yes, right. Well, fantastic. Piotr Folkert is our guest on the front row today. He is performing in the Wallace Theater tonight in a concert. You can come and enjoy a great concert in Levelland with a great artist, Piotr Folkert. Mr. Folkert, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it. Thank you.